I have received dozens of phone calls, messages, voicemails, and texts with a very obviously frustrated and furious community that has felt betrayed by the very elected officials they trusted to serve them. I have also received calls from people that would support a wheel tax, but that's only if we lower the property taxes and allow a referendum. The unfortunate thing is, it was presented not even knowing how much a wheel tax would be, not knowing how much they would where they would appropriate the money, not even knowing how much money is needed to go for projects that we don't even know about. I'm blown away at the knee-jerk reaction and failure to plan appropriately prior to presenting a plan that would put a fourth tax increase burden on the citizens in the same number of years. This was a huge need 4 years ago when they raised taxes. They were 2 years ago when they reappraised and taxes increased, and they were last year when the taxes increased. The budget 4 years ago was $19 million. After the past 4 years, the budget has increased almost $15 million, almost doubling our budget. But in those 4 years, nobody could find $500,000 to pay for SROs. This is not a new problem. We have needed them for over 5 years, but now we're in a hurry to create yet another tax burden and another increase on the backs of people without allowing them to vote on it, all while suffering through some of the highest inflation in the last 50 years and one of the worst economies in the last 60. We need to dive into this budget and find money. Not always raise taxes, because when is enough enough? It's when we raise the budget 20 more million, 25 more million. We can always find needs. We will have somebody coming up here needing something every meeting, but we have to prioritize them and not fund everything. Now, school safety is the priority we have to fund, so that means we got to look at other things to cut to be able to pay for it. It's what we do in our personal budgets at home every single day. We cannot be focused on renovations, recarpeting offices, and acquiring new buildings just so we have material to put on election flyers. We learned last week that we have basically ignored proper school funding to increase the county budget over the past 5 years. The schools have increased in a budget for $3 million over the last 4 years, and that's almost $2 million short, while we've inflated our county budget over $12 million. I want to challenge my fellow commissioners on the Finance Committee to learn that no matter that it was done for a good cause, the process of going around the citizens is a non-starter. I want to challenge them to revisit this plan. This time, send it for special elections so that the people will have an opportunity to vote on it. I challenge them to bring forth a property tax reduction that is equal to the increase received in the wheel tax, and I challenge them to assign that money permanently so that it does not appear to be a slush fund, but assign that total amount to money to roads, schools, and public safety in a breakdown that is permanent. People will support a wheel tax if you can work together with everyone. They will not support it if you do it in a sneaky manner and try to ram one through without their voice or vote being heard. They want transparency, not a group of elected officials that are planning ways to try and tax them more and spend more of their money. Lastly, I will challenge all of my commissioners, all of my fellow commissioners and our mayor to start to govern this county in a different way. A new way in which we will work together through study sessions to find common ground that we can all live with. Not play politics, not play on emotions, and not working in small groups for our own agendas. This has to be a team effort that must be a group that mutually works for a common goal. A goal for working for the people, not our own agendas. We have to avoid trying to make decisions just to get reelected. I know this is not a popular speech for some, nor one I have even enjoyed giving, but things must change. It cannot be behind the scenes, good old boy politics as usual. Let's debate in the open, let's ask the people what they want, and let's keep Bedford County beautiful and give the citizens their voice back.